What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 13 and we start today's episode off with some player training, and as you'll see in just a moment's time we have seen our draw for the next round of the FA Cup as we made it into the last 16 following our superb best win of the series so far, let alone season of course. Well, couldn't really have the best win of the series in another season because we've only done one season, but yeah, the best win of the season so far, that 3-0 victory away at Stamford Bridge against Chelsea. We drew against Leicester City, Brendan Rodgers' side coming to take us on at Bramall Lane, our first cup home game this season in the FA Cup in the last 16, and Leicester right now of course just outside the Champions League places, having a fantastic season. That's going to be a really tough game to get through if we are to make it into the quarterfinals. But hey, we knocked out Chelsea away at the Bridge, right? So why can't we take out Leicester? Still, it's going to be a tough game, that one, and we see how we get on. But also, we finally had our final scout report on Ben Foster as well. Of course, we picked him up in the last episode on a free transfer for next season on deadline day. He's 78 rated. He's on 27.5 grand a week. So he's taking a 5 grand a week pay cut to come and join us here at Sheffield United next season. And 78 rated, that would, as things stand right now, make him our highest rated goalkeeper in the team. So on a pre-contract, he'll probably only be here for the year. Of course, it's a 1 year contract. And he'll probably retire coming the end of the season as well. I'm happy with that signing. And again, 22.5 grand a week, probably his final year in professional football. Whether he's back up next season or first team, I'm happy with the signing. And yeah, it's a dressing room leader coming in for next year. But following that, some scouting updates, and also we decided to send our third scout out because I didn't realise that he finished his 6-month mission in Scotland in the was it last episode? No, it's a couple of episodes ago now. So as promised, like I discussed at the start of the season, I've sent it to Northern Ireland for the final 3 months of the campaign, and we'll see if we can pick up any good new Northern Irish players to add to our academy. Still, for the first game of today's episode, we will take on Bournemouth here in a repeat of the opening day in the Premier League, where of course we lost on the season opener. So looking for revenge here as the Cherries would come and take us on at Bramall Lane. Of course, coming on the back at an absolutely superb victory away at Selhurst Park, one of our best Premier League wins this season, the 3-1 victory away in London. And of course, the man that was on fire in that game and win against Chelsea, Eevan Tony, would start this game, and he was doing it again in the first half, just flicking the ball up there, taking it around his man, going through with a fake shot, but a good save by Ramsdale to turn it back for a corner, and it was still goalless. But it was a really scrappy and tense game, this one, very nervy indeed. Neither side really grabbed the game by the scruff of its neck. Henderson made a very good save there to prevent the Cherries from going a goal up with 15 minutes to go, and we didn't really create much in this game at all. Neither did Bournemouth, and the best chance fell in stoppage time as well. Ryan Fraser, played through by Dominic Solanke, goes through one-on-one, fabulous save by Henderson, and then Scott McKenna prevents a certain goal, blocking Callum Wilson's shot as we hoofed it away and managed to hold on for the point. So final score 0-0. Our first game of February ends in a goalless draw, but I'll definitely take that. And towards the end of the game as well, Bournemouth really woke up after doing absolutely nothing in the first half, but our defence saw us shut out the Cherries and get ourselves our second clean sheet in 3 games, and also extend our unbeaten run in all competition to 3 as well. And I have to say, Scott McKenna got man of the match in that game, of course, blocking that Wilson shot right at the death, which definitely would have gone in. He has made a big difference to our back line since we signed him from Aberdeen on the 1st of January. He has really stepped up and stepped in, of course, after Basham's red card in the game before his debut against Liverpool. He's looked the real deal since coming in. And I must say, out of all the centre-backs we could have signed, I think I made the right choice in bringing in the Scott. He's been brilliant. But still, for our second game of today's episode, we will take on Brighton and Hove Albion here, still at Bramall Lane, looking to extend our unbeaten run in all competitions to 4 games. And we almost conceded our first since the Crystal Palace game, and we should have conceded our first since that game as well. Pascal Gross's first shot was well blocked by John Egan, but the second shot attempt, well, that's a contender for miss of the season. Fails to get it on target from that range, puts it wide of the post. I thought the shot might have taken a bobble off the pitch as well, so I might need to get a groundsman a sneaky fiver after the game there for that shot going wide, and it is still 0-0. We did nothing in the first half, but in the second half had a golden chance to go in front in the 64th minute. Callum Robinson played through Eevan Tony, who went one-on-one with Shane Duffy, beat him with a step over, played it back to his strike partner with a lovely through ball, and Tony, who's already got 5 goals for us, has now got his second assist as well. Rolls it through to Robinson, doing the funky pigeon as Tony joins in on the celebration as well. 1-0 to the Blades, and whilst Tony has had the fabulous start since coming in, you can't forget how good Robinson has been for us this season. He now draws level with McBurney with 7 goals in the Premier League, 8 in all competitions, our top scorer this year in all competitions, and that was how the game finished. Another tense and nervy game where neither side played especially well. We got ourselves the win, we got dominated in possession, but Brighton really didn't do much with it. And again, I'll say the reason why. It was our defence, and it wasn't McKenna in this game one-man match, it was Jayden Bogle, another new signing for us. Since we've added these two into our back five, we have looked a lot better defensively, and we're picking up more clean sheets. That is our third clean sheet in 4 games for a side who this year have conceded 44 goals in 27 Premier League matches. It was 44 in 25 before these 2 games today. We have been so much better, particularly since McKenna came in and Bogle came in as well. I must say, the new signings we picked up in January are already proving their worth. They have really improved our side. Big 3 points there against Brighton. That's now 3 wins in 4 games for the Blades as well. And we are right now on our best run of form of the campaign. So heading into our third and final game, taking on Aston Villa here in a battle between 2 of the newly promoted sides from the Championship last season. Right now, Aston Villa occupy that third and final relegation spot. I must say, for Norwich and Southampton, there's still plenty of football to be played, but it is looking likely they'll be going down to the Championship as things stand. But for Aston Villa's sake, they're only a couple of points off the drop zone. A win in this game will take them out of the relegation zone. We're 9 points clear of the Villa though, so a win in this game would extend the gap to 10, and you'd have to start believing at that point, being double digits off of a relegation place for the first time all season long, we'd start to believe that next season we should be, touch wood, playing Premier League football. But Villa in this game, needing at least a point and really needing all 3. Well, they started off on fire. Wesley made it 1-0 directly from kickoff, and right from kickoff, we didn't have a touch of the ball before that ball hit the back of the net. Villa kept hold of the ball, played it into that number 9, and I tell you what, if Villa are to go down, I would not mind signing Wesley to my team for next season. He's been brilliant this year for Aston Villa, as he makes it 1-0 there, and the hosts do go in front. But we don't need Wesley when we've got someone like this in our team. Eevan Toney doing it once again. 3rd assist since coming into this Sheffield United team, and Callum Robinson gets his 2nd goal in 2 games, doing a very acrobatic celebration there, even on the wet turf. Very brave. And what a ball by Toney. And I tell you, man, I'm running out of words to describe how good this guy's been since coming in. McKenna and Bogle have been great, but Toney's been the main man. What a ball by the shocker there. Absolutely inch perfect. Robinson runs onto it, blasts it past the goalkeeper after the first touch, and makes it 1-1. And we are back on level terms, courtesy of our top scorer this year. And whilst we're missing McBurney, Toney and Robinson are striking up a very nice bromance. Loving to see this duo working so well together. So 2nd goal in 2 games where Toney has assisted Robinson with a through ball, and it's 1-1. But despite drawing back on level terms, Aston Villa wanted it more in the first half. They were playing much better than us, and as Trezeguet went down left and crossed to Wesley at the far post, Wesley should have had his 2nd goal of the half. He was looking a danger man for Aston Villa though. The whole of the play was ending up in a chance for Wesley at the end of it. Great opportunity there to get in front for the 2nd time in the game, but unfortunately for him, his header goes over the bar from inside the 6-yard area. But in the 71st minute, we are holding on to a point. El Ghazi will put Villa back in front as he tells the fans to calm down and says, if Wesley can't get a 2nd, I'll get our 2nd for us. Blast it into the bottom corner after my failed clearance from the corner, as Aston Villa retake the lead and get themselves in front for the 2nd time in the game. But to be honest, in this match, we just didn't really want it as much as our hosts. They just looked the better team in the game. And of course, there was more at stake for Aston Villa in this match as well. So often, these games at the bottom of the table come down to who wants it more. And whilst we knew that a win in this game could not really cement our place in next year's Premier League, but definitely give us a good chance, being 12 points clear of the drop zone with just 10 games to go, Aston Villa needed to win the game more than we did. They wanted it more than we did, and that's why they get the 3 points and temporarily move out of the drop zone. But as you'll see come the end of today's episode, Watford won their game in hand, and therefore Aston Villa's time away from the bottom 3 was only short-lived. But either way, it's very tight at the bottom now. Of course, the gap between us and Villa in 18th place has now been cut to 6 points after they beat us in that last game. 10 games to go, 6 points the gap. Still a lot of football remaining, still a lot to be decided. And let's just say I'm not as confident as I was about our chance of avoiding relegation heading into that game than I am now. But still, following out an academy update, we've promoted 2 players to our first team. Ben McCall, an exciting prospect goalkeeper who looks very good indeed. 73 kicking already on the 17-year-old, and 6'5" too. Must say, quite excited about him. And Brian Cunningham, an Irish centre forward who I thought was going to be better than this. 64 rated already, 17 years old, 3-star, high medium work rates, but some very nice technicals, and definitely someone to watch watch for the future. But that was today's episode of Career Mode, guys. So a big thank you for watching. Really, if you have enjoyed today's episode, and if you have, then please do drop a like. It is Sunday morning, but like yesterday, I'm not going to ask you guys for a like target. There will be another episode of Career Mode out later on tonight after all the Premier League football. So thanks for watching. If you do want to show your appreciation for a double upload day once again, then do drop a like regardless. But there is no target today. There will be another episode out later on tonight. So have a great day, guys. Much love to you all, and I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode later on tonight.